movie magic right there.
Movie magic right
That's
there.
classic movie magic. But then we jump out and there's a green screen, big green screen, and we land on a big crash mat, and that's it.
And then all the other parts where it looks like a lot of you die, like spoiler alert, during the little sandstorm, and that's all done inside a studio. And
that was outside. Some of that was in the desert. I remember doing like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, little inserts, little vignettes, and then some of it, like it's weird they blended it together so well. So like
they did. I thought it was the same place.
Yeah. So like landing and getting dragged is the desert, but in the plane is England in the day, and then floating is all CGI. And a bit of that's in the I don't know. And then getting dragged is in the desert. When he finds someone who's been dragged, that was back in England. So
I've got
it's all in about 20 seconds, and it gets back and two between the both.
I'm actually I'm curious, right? In the sense that doesn't it become a bit incoherent? Because if you have to do one part of that scene in England, how do you then embody yourself again when you get to Morocco in that same scene?
Yeah. I think with some of it, you got to an extent think about the journey of your character, so to speak, and so you kind of know where you're at if that happens.
Who's dragging you along though? So explain to the listeners and the viewers when you're in this parachute scene and it's going all over the place with gusts of sand and wind. That's obviously not true. So are there ropes behind the scenes? What's going on really?
What do you mean? When we're landed?
Yeah, when you're landing.
I think that was, oh, right. What was that?
Because the next exact scene, I've said spoiler alert 3 times already. The next exact scene is where some of the members die because the gust is carrying their parachutes. So I'm wondering, how is that parachute carried? Because you're not actually in the sand.
Oh, yeah. We lived
on set?
Yeah, we lived in one with huge fans.
Oh, no way. How do you keep that control then? How do you keep that control from them getting hurt?
Oh, and they're actually being dragged. No, that was they were stunt. For the actual dragging, that's our stunt team who are fucking brilliant.
So you just have massive fans that are dragging, and then apparently they hit their head on the stones and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, but they just do them in little inserts, so it'll all, when they see a cut. So say if you see someone's head smash a rock, it's a completely different scene to the one with the dragon, and it'll just be a close shot, and then someone's head, they'll have a fake rock or a stunt guy and some blood and and then just do, and then that's just
so really,
and then you put it together.
So it's just like a full montage and collage of scene after scene after scene. So
yeah, it's all different. Yeah,
for one 30-second segment, that could be 50 shoots.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just to make everything safe. But when you stitch them together with a good edit, then you never notice. It's just a sequence.
I didn't see. You guys just got
movie magic right there.
Movie magic right there.
That's classic movie magic.
That is brilliant. That is actually brilliant. What was it like driving around the desert? Or were they also short scenes?
No, that was the best. No, mate, we were belting around in some real, and again, World War II veteran Jeeps.
Wow.
Actually driven in the desert by people, by soldiers 80 years ago. And we were driving them again in the same desert.
Did you drive any in particular?
Oh, yeah. Driving loads.
Because I don't remember any scenes where you were driving.
I was, God, in my head, I had myself down as the driver as well.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember the army to this. I don't know if
I have little brown gloves on. There was a scene I'm driving, actually. I'm just remembering my gloves now.
Did you guys alternate and take turns just for the fun of it?
If the director had a notion, Tom Shankland, had a notion of wanting someone in particular, then that would be it. But everyone else was just oh, go on, let's drive. Or everyone wanted to just drive all the time because the vehicles are just amazing. Big Chevy, huge Chevy truck, and they're all from World War II.
Major stuff.
And they were all breaking down like mad.
They should be in museums.
Yeah, they should, but they're still getting used. Whipped. Yeah, till they give out.
That is actually crazy.
Yeah, it's class.
Okay, so let's get on the more emotional and serious part of the idea of being a part of SAS Rogue Heroes. What does that mean to you, truly, to be representing a group of people that genuinely did save the world from a very nasty dictator? That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, it's been one of the best things. It's one of the best things I've ever done in my life, for sure.
Very proud of it.
Yeah.
As a
Yeah.
fellow Brit yourself.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, it's part of the story, for sure, proud. And then also just being part of the best job, the job that, a big break, so to speak.
It was a big break. So
Yeah.
prior to that, you hadn't been in any, well, respectfully, by your own standards, this is, you hadn't been
Bigger
in
roles.
any
Yeah.
bigger roles.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah, that was the
How did an email come about? Like, was it someone you knew? How did that get?
I sent an email to the casting director, Carleen Crawford, and because I was emailing people, I was getting about trying to outreach to people.
So this must have been one of like 50 emails that you sent out and someone got back to you.
Yeah, no more than that, but yeah, like just like casting directors know that you're up to stuff, and it was
Did you know what you were applying for at that moment? Did you know it was the TV show, or did you just get
I
told?
didn't know she was working on it at all. No, I was just being like, and it was just very good timing, I think, and I will always love Carleen for hitting me up with a self-tape request, even though she had no idea who I was. And a few more auditions later, and I got a different part. I got Jim.
Nice. Who did you audition for at the beginning?
Reg Seekins, who Theo plays, Theo Bachman Biggs.
Okay.
Great, perfect.
But you prefer Jim?
I do, yeah. Theo's hard. Theo's hard as nails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite character though? So
Jim.
not. I know. That's the obvious answer. Because you embody Jim, but because I always thought Paddy was very interesting.
Paddy Main's a great character.
Paddy's very interesting.
Yeah. Love him. Yeah, brilliant.
Did you meet the family of Jim Almonds?
Yeah, still in touch with them.
How was that?
Great, man. Yeah, I've actually met him on video call. And they sent me loads of photos, and they sent me some amazing stuff. Just been talking to him, and then giving me praise too. It felt amazing. They were very, very kind.
Yeah, because they would have been proud of how you actually set that up for them.
Well, I hope so. that was the scary
I
bit.
honestly think, as a TV show that I've watched, it's one of the best. It's one of the best war shows I've seen in a very, very, very long time. And collectively, between yourselves, the actors, the actresses, the directors, the film crew, everything about it is so brilliant.
Yeah, it's class. I do love it. I do love it.
I would imagine you
Great
love
group
it,
of people as well, like you say.
Memories for life. When can we expect season 2?
It's maybe early next year, I would say.
Is there anything you can tell us about it? Because I know you haven't necessarily recorded in the same place.
No, we've not.
You've ventured out.
Yeah, we did. Well, I mean, look, yeah, I can tell you we were filming in Croatia.
You were filming, or you are?
We were. We finished now.
Okay.
Because
is it now in post-production?
Yeah, you know what? I did some more work on it, some ADR work on it last week.
I have a question. So again, just as a fan, when you're in these big open desert scenes, now we hear the audio and we hear it very crisp and proper, as if there's a mic next to your face, but there isn't. So in these open places, how is the film crew actually picking up your actions and your sound? And
well, if it's on a massive wide, then maybe you'll ADR it as well.
What is that?
ADR is like additional dialogue recording. So like you go into a studio and you get the mic and you get the scenes that are lacking in audio quality on the big screen, and then you read your lines again into the mic
with the same intensity and feeling.
Yeah. It can be hard to get there. Actually, that's the challenge. Like, is getting back to where you were.
So, for which scenes did you have to do that?
I don't even remember anymore.
Would it have been like?
Oh, in fact, even there was a big scene, and when I saw it, was down on the. So you get said you're doing some ADR, and then they send you a list of the scenes that you're going to do, and then if you see like an emotional scene, on the list, for one, I'm like, fucking hell, like. You know what I mean? Like, you thought you were done with it. You thought you were done with it. Maybe it's a good thing because you can have another crack whatever. But like, I saw a scene that was quite emotional after someone important dies in Rogue Heroes, and I break the news to
Season 1 or 2?
1. And I break the news to Connor's character.
If you've seen the show, you know who died. Oh, that was the worst death. That was a very sad death.
So sad, man.
So sad.
I was crying reading it.
Especially how the director really got the
Tom Shankland.
character's love story.
I know. Yeah.
Why would you break my heart like that? I'm just trying to watch a show. That was so heartbreaking.
It was, wasn't it? I know.
You know what? That was something that he himself, Alfie, would be proud of, because Game of Thrones has some really sad deaths.
yeah. He's good at the old yeah. Yeah, but then you'll see one of those scenes. Well, it was that scene, and that was on the list, and I was like, oh man, like I've got to get there again. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. I hope I did all right.
I always imagine that, like, let's say there was a big camera, out of frame, there would be like one of those big mics. Did they use them on set?
Yeah, boom mic. Yeah.
I don't know what they're called.
Big, massive.
I've only ever acted for 1 minute with you.
That's true. That is true.
It's only fitting that you're the first actor on here, you know?
Yeah. And we didn't have a boom either, did we? So
no, but we didn't have to talk in that scene.
No, exactly. And then also, of course, you'll have a lav mic. You know, you'll get a...
Oh, but how do you hide that on set?
They find funny ways. They find clever ways every time. So sometimes it'll just be like, you know, in your pocket. And when you're wearing the jackets, the big jackets on Rogue Heroes, like you can just stick it in there.
Were you wearing authentic uniforms?
Yeah, very realistic, but not 80 years old. I think most of them are knackered. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
And ripped.
The moths have had a bloody orgy with them. Yeah.
Blood stains and...
Oh, cheers, yeah. Maybe.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, some of them have definitely got bullet holes in and, oh, man.
Because they would have to wear those uniforms for a long period of time as well, wouldn't they?
Of course. Yeah, I mean, depending on, like, the supply chain from Europe or from the UK, it'd just be... You'd get any uniforms when you get any uniform. And you'd stitch them yourself as well.
Yeah, what was the ocean like?
Beautiful. I'm at the Atlantic. Yeah, man. So gorgeous. Like we went to Casablanca after it. After we'd done in the desert, a month and a half in the desert, then we all went to Casablanca and finally saw like the sea and a breeze. Oh my God.
So you and the gang, everyone just there, like 20, 30 of you just...
Yeah. All went out for a bloody fancy dinner by the beach. Oh my God, it was gorgeous.
So I guess really when you ask an actor what your favorite parts are, they probably just say the embodiment of the character and being there with everybody else.
Yeah, it's weird. Like the thing you like when you're being an actor is you just like being a character. You just like doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you can have some characters that are, you know. I think the only time you'd not enjoy playing a character is if it wasn't fully realized or whatever, or you hadn't fully realized it, so it felt 2D. Pretty much any actor and pretty much any character